Hello everybody, greetings from Zurich to the entire world. I'm Michele Rondelli, the creative director of 4Spaces. I would like to introduce you to the Fall Collection 2020. And as you know, our philosophy is to research textiles, textile yarns, but also production steps. And we started actually our history with redeveloping old looms, which were sitting still because they were just out of fashion, not fast enough to weave. The modern production stepped in, the air-jet loom started to take over. And when we saw these looms, they had one huge advantage. They were super large, more than double width. Because they were used to weave bed linens on it. So we started this program with one article which you might know. It's called Salerno. Salerno is a cotton linen mix. You have the front and the back complementing each other. It's a construction where we turn the linen to the surface so that you have that glazed effect of the linen, this little elegance of a sheen, and in the mat you have then this complete matte cotton. We consider this to be part of our slow weaving movement, and it became very successful. We added these new colors here, as you can see, going a little bit more darker, adding the dark backside to it, so you can use it actually also for a residential dim out or blackout. And we wanted to see what different weights we can actually weave on those looms. And we developed this beautiful new quality, which is called Paros. Again, you have the front and back in a different colorway. So it just happens by accentuating the color to the front, it reflects the same shade of color in the back. This is now 100% linen, which is then after weaving very stiff still, and that's why we do actually this hand wash procedure, converted into industrial machines, but it's a very soft washing at low speed so that the yarns can fall into the right position, and in the transparency you can see a beautiful overall texture. So I'm showing you here Paros in a few color combinations. We have this beautiful blue, of course the sand, untouched natural color with the front, this light beige, and then a new color here which we find very attractive is this very beautiful light pastel green, also again with the back. The fabric is available out of stock. It is double width, 310 centimeters or 122 inches. You can wash it because some of you might be attracted to use this for bed linens, but it definitely makes also a nice application as curtains. So Paros is the new fabric which will decorate the homes. Today I would like to talk with you about our performing fabrics, upholstery fabrics. As you know, we are all aware of the new situation. We got overrun by requests from architects and designers to deliver fabrics which are the super fabrics, maintainable, cleanable, anti. And at the beginning there was this huge confusion what exactly the fabric has to deliver. We did our research and we found actually a bit of a different approach. Instead of putting layers of chemicals or treatments on the fabric to prevent bacteria to grow, we decided to actually neglect that one because we still like to touch the fabric, to feel the fibers, and to transmit the aesthetic of actually the fabric itself. And we researched the yarns instead, where we thought like we would like to find the yarns which are actually already part within the consistency, rejecting any kind of growth of like bacteria or microbial or anti-allergenic things, behavior supporting. So the first one I would like to recall is our fabric Brad, the cork fabric. Brad is derived from the bark of a cork tree. It's harvested, it's sliced into layers, very thin, very thin layers, and then it's glued on in different squares or shapes. You can see that when you look a bit closer to the fibers or to this texture, you see those squares here. After gluing it down, it's sanded, and it's another layer of cork until we reach the certain layer amount we would like to have to like perform with an upholstery fabric. Then we stain it by applying dyes, and the finishing then is a natural waxing. It could be beeswax, we change constantly. It could be line deriving oil, which we use to create here not a glossy finish, but sort of like a very waxy kind of finish to give a nice hand. Cork then is completely sealed, nothing can grow in. It's a very strong material, and funny enough, we actually used it years ago already in a project, the Paris Art Museum in Miami, where the textile briefing was actually to create a fabric which can digest the lifestyle, meaning like people are coming in with like short pants, and they come in with food to the museum, they sit on the auditoriums, it's more, they gave workshops, and so they never could really control what's ending up on these fabrics. And I have to say, I just recently went to see that installation, and it looks absolutely fantastic, aged so beautiful, just like a leather, creating or getting like this nice patina. And I can't recommend that highly enough to use this fabric for these kind of applications. By the way, you can use the cork also for wool applications, wall paneling. It's super cool. It has a nice acoustic properties as well, so it will calm down the environments. And again, it's like this natural anti fabric many people are requesting right now. Then we went into the microfibers. We took polyester FR. We did the microfiber treatment, which means like it's a sanding effect, so that it looks almost like a little bit of a suede. And just realized I was a bit out of the camera, so I got back. So you see that nice hand, like a suede fabric, and we added here a new color. This is actually a whole part of a program we run in our collection. We have the old new book, which is this double layer microfiber, a beautiful heavy one for nice upholstery installation, surface applications. And new book soft is basically a version which goes a bit softer. It's a bit easier to work on very detailed upholstery work, around seams, on very decorated sofas or chairs. And again, it's easy to clean. It's stain repellent, it's antimicrobial, antibacterial, and the great thing, it has the same performance like about 50,000 Martindale, and really a super intelligent fabric. We added some funky colors, as we do a lot of cruise ships also, so that is actually a very perfect fabric which is easy to clean and super performing. And then we added a flame retardant polyester. The quality is called Alba. Alba is really, again, a very luxurious fabric where we use a chenille shortcut, as we did many times in our collection with Daniela and Grimaldi, with like a little booklet. So what we like about this fabric is the chenille is so short pile with in the basic weave that it looks like it just gives this elegant sheen, and it has this beautiful hand, as you can see here. Come a bit closer, that it's like visible. And this is again one of the high performing fabrics, as we call it, these colors. It has as well 50,000 martindale, antibacterial, antimicrobial, easy to clean, and basically stain resistant and bomb proof. So you can use it everywhere you want. Enjoy! A specialty of 4Spaces is to work with like boutique productions and boutique products, where we are super interested in going and finding handcraft from the fashion industry and get inspired there and try to turn it from a belt into a fabric. One major achievement and prize awarded was our cork collection, where we actually went to an atelier in Italy, of course, where they actually still have this beautiful know-how how to work these very special articles, where we took actually a lace fabric and we laminate it with a cork layer, and then we laser it, and then we do the waxing on it so that you have this beautiful drapery, or here, even more dramatic, this beautiful lace fabric. And then the same way applied with this cork layer. So this is a difficult process to start, because you can do a lot of things on your home desk or on a little atelier study when it's like a sample of like 20 by 20 inches. But if you say, okay, we would like to order now, this is 1.54 meters wide, then it starts to get like, you have to start to think, to help these people, how can we overcome certain difficulties, how they can think in big, because we would actually like not a bag, but we would like to make a curtain out of it. And the same way we came across this beautiful manufacturing plant. They are actually specialized in doing ribbons, and we were always intrigued, or me as a creative director for the company was always intrigued to see leather, woven leathers combined with like wool, you know, the things you see sometimes in the more creative bag designs, where you actually have like these beautiful stripes creating different textures. So here we actually concentrated to not use a leather, obviously, because of performance. So we used polyethylene, which has a very similar optic, a cotton, a really beautiful cotton construction, and we just start to overlay these fabrics. Now, the production was sort of super difficult, because like they were just never ever trying to do this as a fabric. And that's why we came then at the end to the conclusion that we actually back it with the knit backing to make it really strong for upholstery. So meet Antigua, 54 inches wide. You see still things what happens from this hand production. You have irregularities, they are part of the design. Otherwise you could not produce this one here. And we did these beautiful color combinations. I mean, this is one stunning one, which I personally like a lot. We did the sandy brown one with this little yellow ochre line. We did a blue version. And also one of my favorite is this burgundy and fuchsia version. So Antigua, once again, is 55 inches wide, 140 centimeters wide. It's 440 grams, heavy enough to actually produce 40,000 martingale for upholstery, but it's also beautiful for decorative pillows or wall panelings. I hope you enjoy. Remember the times you went to Italy into a very old style hotel and you were in the lobby and you saw all the craziness of lobby boys running around and the lazy reception staff not really helping, thinking more about smoking the next cigarette and having a coffee and say ciao, and you're sitting there on this like very, very shiny upholstery fabric. Perhaps a little bit more, the floor is like marble, it's a lot of gold gilding, you see very beautiful chandeliers, and you're still sitting on this very shiny fabric. So, 40 years later, we have this flashback and we created this Euro Kitsch collection, which is a bit of a difference to the Euro Trash, but we found this yarn which is perfectly emphasizing this idea. It's a very shiny polyester yarn, it's FR, and we created these really beautiful designs, matching rich patterns, great brilliance in the fabric. By the way, they work also on the back, a little bit more in a matte version. And we created 4 designs. This one here is Electra, a very moving design, perhaps coming out from the 70s, but actually it was really more like a design we had for quite a while in our studio. We first wanted to do a shower curtain with it, and then we ended up into using it for this upholstery fabric. And as you see in here, you have a lot of different textures. So we thought like, oh, how nice if we can actually add on in the same colorways these colors. So these are upholstery fabrics, and you can use it also to make very beautiful, nice pillows or handbags or clothes if you want. I can't wait to see the first suit walking around here. Another pattern, a little bit in different thing, and you see the way I move this, it has really a high reflection. And this is probably the most simplest design. These are, by the way, cuts from the looms. They're so brand new that it's just show you these ones before we have the real samples here. So this is a beautiful, very architectural design, reading richly to go and blending in, especially to go with the collection. So the collection is kept in a few color palettes. So you have here this beautiful pink, pastel, rose, light blue. You have here the 3 designs. Then we go into this rich gold green environment. You have Pomona with this petrol color. Here in this red curry cinnamon gold. And then a very dramatic, almost Middle Eastern gold black combination. And we also gave very nice names: Electra, Hermes, and Oreste. And I'm just showing you here how different that looks. Oreste in this black combination. I hope you enjoyed this collection.